A serious warning about the millions of dollars Americans rely on for retirement. More than 62 million people get benefits from the Old Age and Survivors Insurance Trust Fund. A new government analysis says in just 6 years, the fund will only have enough money to pay 78% of its scheduled benefits. Now, this calls for CBS News business analyst Jill Schlesinger to break it all down for us. So explain to us, how does all of this work?
Okay.
Y'all hear that? So Levy, before she get into the money, because she gonna break it all the way down, Social Security, you start paying that when you start working, right? So if you are, let's say this year is your first year of having a job, cool. Essentially, you putting into something that you ain't never gonna get. For those of us who have worked for a decade, 2 decades, 3 decades, they say it ain't no more money left. Let's find out more.
Social Security is a pay-as-you-go system, meaning workers pay for the people who are retired. So you're working hard right now. You see that FICA tax come out, 6.2% of your pay. Your boss matches 6.2% of the pay. That goes to pay for your grandma's Social Security benefits. When there were tons of baby boomers working, we built up extra money that we didn't actually have to pay out. There were so many people working. Now, flipped on its head, the boomers are all retiring. Now we don't have enough money of all those reserves that built up to actually pay out the promised benefits. So,
okay, so we're gonna pause that real quick. Shout out to Malachi. Thanks for dropping some drip in the chat. We appreciate you so much. So what she just described is, we talked about this on the show before. We talked about the impact of the lack of replenishing population, basically. And a lot of people are like, I'm not having no kids, or I'm only having 1 kid, which it's okay. You can do what you want to do. But historically, people used to have 3, 4, 5 kids. Think about it. How many people did y'all grow up with where they had families of 5s and 6s? Like, people had like a gang of kids, like 3, 4, 5, 6 kids was not abnormal.
Yeah, it was normal. Was 3 to 4 kids. That was normal.
Correct. Yeah. And now it's 1 to 2. So if you think about it, if everybody you know having, 2 kids max, and it used to be everybody had 3 to 4 kids max, you're like, the people to basically keep making the machine go has cut in half. That means that we really only had half the time. And then it also makes you question Social Security. We talked about other benefits that use Social Security as well. So more people are dipping in the pool, and more people are not putting into the pool, causing some of these impacts.
Yeah, a lot of people
go to work
that's been getting benefits that damn shows. Listen, I don't want to get into specifics, but I know somebody who never worked a day in their life.
Me too.
Never worked ever.
Yes, I've heard people who are boomers that have never worked. Boomers, yeah, I've known boomers who never worked. It's crazy.
You know, due to an injury, you know what I mean? And because they will never work again, but didn't work in the first place, they getting a check. You know what I mean? So the rest of us, we just gotta, first of all, cost of living is great. Yeah, the cost of living alone is hindering you from really saving like you need to. Jobs are not paying according to what the cost of living is looking like. So I guess we just gonna age, donate plasma, and we all gonna be at the damn bingo hall trying to figure it out. Because
you're gonna be on that OnlyFans showing your home girl, look at my feet. That's how I make this extra money, girl. All you gotta do is go on this website with a little whoop-de-whoop.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how we get some of this money. Just like that.
I think it costs $2 to see your grandma, dude.
It's crazy. Bad, so we're gonna cook. We're gonna go ahead and let her keep cooking.
Yeah.
This is a really important issue because we've been warning about this probably for about a dozen years, and it takes Congress to act. So it is not that the system is going broke, it's that those excess reserves that built up, those are going to be depleted.
So what happens in 2032?
Okay, so magic year 2032, which is oddly close to the year I would be claiming Social Security. What happens is the way Social Security is structured is that it automatically would mean that there are cuts to the promised benefits.
Right.
So that would mean a 22% reduction automatically going into effect. So can I just play this out?
Yeah.
Most Americans on average receive, let's say, a $2,000 monthly check.
Right.
That would mean as of 2032, you get a lopped off amount and it is reduced by 22%. So it's no longer your $2,000, right? It's now $1,540.
That's significant.
And that is so important. That's the part. So even if you've already claimed benefits, for people who are like, oh my God, I'm going to claim early, no matter what, every single person will take a 22% reduction.
So can anything be done to fix this? And are there any immediate actions?
Okay, so number
take?
one, it is fixable. It requires Congress. That may mean that you feel like, oh my God, it's not fixable. Pound the phones, pound
There
the
you go.
emails, send your political representatives a note saying, I'm worried about
I've been
this.
saying this for years.
Absolutely. Okay, so what can they do? They can actually increase the amount of money on which FICA taxes are paid. That's the
Okay.
wage base. It can go from about 184,000. We could lift it to say 300,000. I know, not going to make a lot of people happy, but we have to pay for the system. We could actually say, hey, you know what? People have to work longer. But again, this is a tough one because if you are a blue collar worker and I'm saying, yeah, you got to work till you're 75, that doesn't make so much sense.
Yeah.
Congress can fix the problem. Get on it. For right now, go to ssa.gov and check out your own benefit. Make sure you're registered in the system.
She said a lot in that.
Yeah, there was a lot going on.
So let me break one part down. Y'all can do what you want with the rest of it. She said you can go to your Congress and you could tell them, hey, we need changes. You can increase so we have money in there. Y'all heard she said it's 6%, right? So she like, do 12.
Yeah.
It's like, what?
What kind of inflation is this?
You see what I'm saying? I'm like,
Man, nah, that ain't gonna work.
nah,
Ain't gonna
listen, y'all gonna have to figure out the stock market, whatever y'all got to do with a do 401k. But when she says, oh, you can just increase, basically saying increase taxes on everybody because you're basically putting in for the future. But that's not true because if the generation behind me is less people, they have less to put in. I'm just putting in for y'all grandma today. Right? Like that, that's increasing to 12% so we can pay for people today. But that ain't got nothing to do with me tomorrow. That's my take on that.
Or reroute a lot of the money that's going to a lot of these damn government slush funds that we keep hearing about. Round it back there. Cut off a few countries that were actually quote unquote helping. Let's get into that. Let's get knee deep in that forensic accounting that folks tried to do once upon a time and was asking a lot of questions about. A lot of money going elsewhere that could be rerouted right here into this country. Lots of it from what we're seeing. So I don't know.
There's that.
Yeah.
Also the rules on who gets money out that budget. Because like you said, right? Like, I think, like it depends on what is all coming out that budget. I suspect that, if you get like a SSI check, right? Like that's coming out that same budget. Do all the reasons for SSI check need to come out that budget? Because they not like Social Security is supposed to be for like retirement, right? Like, why don't we have a separate thing for something else at this point? Like, we need to separate that because everybody's working for this thing over here. That to me is different than what's going on over here, where we're supporting resources for folks. Like, that's different than like people literally put in for this purpose. To me, that's the issue here. It needs to be two separate, different things. Go ahead, Cash Spec.
Okay, well, I'm not totally on the doom and gloom train with this whole piece because running out is not the same. There's two things that are happening.
She said a reduction.
So a reduction, but everybody else will see it as the spigot getting turned off. Mm-hmm. So, that turns into a partial benefit instead of like zero checks, and that just changes the planning math over ending a system outright, which some people thought that was supposed to be 401ks, the depletion of our unions and those other places that would provide us with benefits like Teamsters, things like that, where people had pensions.
Right.
So what I always like to do is I like to turn into like a self-empowerment angle to it, right? So treat Social Security as like a reduced base layer. So it's not a full retirement plan. You already know how I go because my name is Cassius. So, it's somewhere where you increase your cash reserves when you can. Reduce your fixed expenses. That's usually the crux of a lot of people's issues, where they have a spending or
that's the first
overspending
thing.
problem.
That's
Right.
the first thing they gotta do.
And
That's the
these
part of
aren't
getting
necessarily the times for that. Yeah, like as soon as you get older, you're on a fixed income. Credit cards, I mean, those are fluctuations. They gotta go unless you're gonna use them for leverage and points, things like that, where you can pay them off. So
A lot of people don't do.
well, yeah.
That's
But
really it.
and another thing is to have your money work for you. If not, then if you can now look at forward thinking as far as running a business that can work for you. This is going to be emergence of the and sons again, I believe. Right?
You said that before too.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, people are going to run away from bigger companies because it's no longer viable to do that.
Because the mom and pops
coming back. Yeah,
the mom and pops was like, honestly, 70s and 80s. That's how people survived. Well, nobody thinking about the big box companies. Everybody was thinking about helping Harry and Margaret down the street because they had they had their own drugstore. Plus, they had groceries in there, and it was at a reduced rate compared to going to the bigger chains. I mean, that's what happens. I remember Finest back in the day. Everybody remember? I don't remember Finest. It's undergone so many different owners. You didn't go to Finest unless you about to do some big stuff. You know what I mean? But your everyday stuff and the cigarettes, beer and wine, and potato chips, cookies, and maybe some stovetop stuffings. That's got to come back. That's got to come back in a big way. But you also got to reduce your expectations of where your money should take you once you retire. The whole point of retiring is to take it slow, live low. Or as my man Ali Sadiq would say, Cadillac.
Cadillac.
Relax.